lot this year. Probably the most important thing I learned this year was how much generosity and love there really is in this sport and at this track. When we found ourselves before the very first race without a motor. And our very generous neighbors, Dave, Shelley, and Kyle Orr, lent us a motor. And inevitably, in the first practice, that motor blew, which was the worst feeling in the whole entire world. And I remember getting out of the car after it got towed in, and the very first person at my window was Dave Oblinus. I remember looking at Dave and saying, I think I'm gonna puke. And he gave me the greatest, the biggest bear hug in the whole world. And to my amazement, through that week, we still had people calling us, numerous people calling us, offering us motors. So from the bottom of our heart to everybody that reached out to us, thank you so much. I'd like to thank my dad for everything, and Dustin for taking the time to teach me how to drive a standard, and for being the first person to junk my car and getting that out of the way. I'd like to thank Norm Hamilton for being the voice inside my head, and my grandfather Bill for being there every week since the very first week, before I could even tie my shoes. And I'd like to thank Sean Tucker for all of his pep talks, and Ashley Tucker for her pep talks, and for all of my friends and family. And last but not least, I'd like to thank my sponsors, Enkel Trucking, Payball, St. John Springworks, RGV Building and Renovations, Hunter's High Tech Auto, Zando's Pizza, Musquash Fire Department, Maritime Metal Supplies, Tucker's Performance Parts, and Martin's Home Heating. I'd like to thank all the Speedway staff, and Tim's Corner, and Mike's Francis, and everybody who makes this possible for us. Thank you.